Cronus. The primordial deities represent the first generation of divine beings, with Gaia as Mother Earth and Uranus as Father Sky. They together birthed the second generation, known as the 12 Titans, among whom Cronus was the youngest, typically associated with agriculture and depicted with a sickle. Gaia and Uranus also had other children, the Hecatoncheires, hundred-handed ones, and the Cyclopes. However, Uranus despised these offspring and imprisoned them in Tartarus, which enraged Gaia. Seeking revenge, Gaia conspired with her Titan offspring to overthrow Uranus. Cronus, the only one willing to act, castrated his father and assumed power alongside his sister Rhea. This era became known as the Golden Age, characterized by prosperity and the absence of strife. Yet Cronus feared a prophecy foretelling his own downfall by one of his offspring. In paranoia, he devoured each of his children at birth, except for Zeus, whom Rhea secretly protected and raised. To avenge Cronus's tyranny, Rhea deceived him into swallowing a stone instead of Zeus, ensuring the eventual fulfillment of the prophecy. Zeus, the deity associated with the sky and thunder, and often referred to as the supreme ruler among gods, was raised in secrecy. As he matured, he utilized a decree from Gaia to compel Cronus to regurgitate his swallowed siblings in reverse order, beginning with a stone, followed by his brothers Poseidon and Hades and his sisters Hera, Hestia, and Demeter. Upon liberating his kin, Zeus unleashed the hundred-handed Hecatoncheires and the Cyclopes, who crafted his iconic thunderbolts, Poseidon's trident, and Hades' helm of darkness. This sparked a monumental conflict known as the Titanomachi, pitting Zeus, his siblings, and the Hecatoncheires and Cyclopes against Cronus and the other Titans. Mount Olympus served as the battleground for Zeus and his allies, while the Titans took their stand on Mount Othrys. Consequently, Zeus and his siblings earned the epithet Olympians after emerging victorious. Many Titans were imprisoned in Tartarus as a result. Zeus wed Hera, his sister, and is traditionally believed to have sired Ares and Hephaestus with her. Despite this, Zeus gained notoriety for his numerous affairs with other goddesses, resulting in offspring such as Athena, Hermes, Dionysus, Apollo, and Artemis. Hera, as the goddess of marriage, women, and family, holds the esteemed position of being Zeus's wife and sister, thereby making her the queen of the gods. Renowned for her intense jealousy and propensity for vengeance, she mercilessly punished any woman who engaged in relations with her husband, as well as their offspring. When she learned of Leto's pregnancy with Apollo and Artemis, both fathered by Zeus, she attempted to thwart their birth by enlisting the aid of nature spirits. However, Poseidon, Hera, and Zeus's brother took pity on Leto and guided her to the sanctuary of the floating island of Delos, where she safely delivered the twins. Hera's wrath extended to Hercules, another of Zeus's illegitimate children. She dispatched serpents to kill him as an infant, yet Hercules displayed remarkable strength by defeating them with his bare hands. Hera's relentless animosity persisted as she drove Hercules to madness, resulting in the tragic murder of his wife and children, an event that propelled him to embark on his renowned 12th labors. Poseidon, the deity of the sea, governs storms, earthquakes, and horses. Known as a fearsome and vengeful god, he received reverence even in cities where he wasn't the primary deity. When Mino, son of Zeus, sought Poseidon's aid to validate his claim to the throne of Crete, Poseidon offered him a magnificent white bull, on the condition that Mino would later sacrifice it to him. The people of Crete were impressed by the bull and the divine sign, thus declaring Mino as the king of Crete. However, Mino, desiring to keep the beautiful animal, deceived Poseidon by sacrificing an ordinary bull instead of the agreed-upon one. This angered Poseidon, who caused Mino's wife to become enamored with the bull. Their union led to the birth of the Minotaur, a creature half bull and half human, known for its consumption of human flesh. Athena, the goddess associated with wisdom, warfare, and handicraft, emerged from Zeus's forehead without a mother. Zeus's wife was infuriated by this act of solo childbirth, so she independently conceived and bore Hephaestus. Athena engaged in a contest with Poseidon for the patronage of a city, where they each had to bestow a gift upon the Athenians. These offerings would be judged by King Cecrops of Athens. Poseidon produced a saltwater spring by striking the ground with his trident, providing trade and water access. Athena, on the other hand, presented the first domesticated olive tree, which provided wood, oil, and food. Athena triumphed, becoming Athens' patron deity. In his fury over losing, Poseidon dispatched his son, Halirrhothius, to destroy Athena's olive tree. However, in his attempt, Hephaestus accidentally killed himself. Athena also punished Medusa, transforming her into a monstrous figure with serpent hair capable of turning mortals to stone. This punishment came after Athena discovered that Poseidon had violated Medusa in her temple, defiling it. Hephaestus, known as the deity overseeing artisans, blacksmiths, carpenters, fire, sculpture, and volcanoes, was expelled from Mount Olympus by his mother Hera due to his physical disability. He fell into the ocean, where he forged weapons for the gods of Olympus and numerous legendary heroes like Achilles and Hercules. Hephaestus is credited with crafting Pandora and her infamous box, which, upon its opening, unleashed curses upon humanity. Despite his exile, Hephaestus eventually returned to Olympus. In retaliation against Hera's rejection, he constructed a magical golden throne that trapped her upon sitting, rendering her unable to stand. Though beseeched by other gods to release Hera, he defiantly refused, stating he had no mother. He demanded marriage to Aphrodite, the goddess of love and passion, as a condition for Hera's release, a request ultimately granted by his mother. Aphrodite, the deity associated with love, desire, beauty, and pleasure, emerged from the sea foam after Cronus castrated Uranus, and his genitals fell into the ocean. She both rewarded those who honored her and punished those who disrespected her, often in severe ways. Despite being married to Hephaestus, Aphrodite engaged in an extramarital affair with Ares, the god of war. When Hephaestus discovered the affair, he devised a plan to shame them. While Aphrodite and Ares were in bed together, he trapped them in an unbreakable chain-link net and dragged them to Mount Olympus to expose them to the other gods. They were only released due to the intervention of Poseidon, as the other gods found amusement in their predicament. Ares, the deity of warfare and bravery, embodies the tangible courage essential for triumph in battle. However, he can also represent extreme violence and a thirst for blood, in stark comparison to his sister Athena, who embodies strategic military tactics and leadership. While Ares' involvement in Greek mythology is relatively minor, his many romantic liaisons and numerous offspring are frequently referenced. Apollo, revered as the deity of archery, music, dance, truth, prophecy, healing, diseases, the sun, light, poetry, and more, emerged from the union of Zeus and Leto. Despite Hera, Zeus's wife, attempting to hinder Leto's delivery of this child, her efforts were futile. Regarded as the epitome of beauty among gods, Apollo is the guardian deity of Delphi and the revered prophet of the renowned Delphic oracle. His oracles were frequently sought for counsel on various matters, portraying him as the benevolent deity who aids and protects against malevolence. Medicine and healing are closely linked to Apollo, as he not only rescues people from epidemics, but also has the capability to inflict deadly plagues with his arrows. Furthermore, he holds significance as a pastoral deity and serves as the patron of herdsmen and shepherds. Artemis is revered as the deity associated with hunting, wildlife, nature, childbirth, childcare, and purity. She is the twin sibling of Apollo and is counted among the three principal virgin goddesses, along with Athena and Hestia. Artemis fiercely protected her chastity, as illustrated when she punished a young hunter who stumbled upon her bathing naked by transforming him into a deer, subsequently torn apart by his own hounds, unaware of their master's fate. Artemis held significant reverence among the ancient Greeks. Dionysus, known as the deity of revelry, wine, and theatrical arts, is among the numerous offspring of Zeus born out of wedlock. Various festivals were dedicated to honoring him, characterized by widespread indulgence in drinking and revelry. Hermes, known as the messenger deity and the guardian of thieves, travelers, and merchants, possesses the ability to swiftly traverse between mortal and divine realms, aided by his winged sandals. He guides souls to the afterlife and is considered a mischievous figure among the gods due to his penchant for pranks and theft. Born as another illegitimate child of Zeus, he wields a golden rod symbolizing his authority and is typically depicted donning a winged helmet. He is credited with numerous rescues of Dionysus. Demeter, the deity overseeing harvests and agriculture, oversaw the growth of crops under the authority of her brother Zeus. She bore a daughter named Persephone, a fertility goddess. Hades fell in love with Persephone and abducted her from the earth. Demeter, in her anguish, searched tirelessly for her lost daughter until she learned of Hades' actions. In her grief, Demeter neglected her responsibilities as the goddess of agriculture, resulting in a devastating famine where nothing could grow, leading to mortal suffering and death. Zeus intervened, commanding Hades to return Persephone to her mother to save the world from ruin. However, Persephone had consumed food from the underworld, binding her to spend part of the year with Hades. This myth explains the cycle of seasons, as Demeter allows the earth to lie fallow in Persephone's absence during the winter months. Hades, the deity overseeing the realm of the dead and ruler of the underworld, is depicted as passive and rarely in a negative light. His primary role is to maintain balance, strictly enforcing the prohibition against souls leaving his domain or being stolen. He seldom leaves the underworld and shows little concern for the events above. Passage to the underworld is granted by ferryman Charon, who requires payment for his services. Upon death, Greeks often placed coins on the eyes of the deceased to secure passage. Those unable to pay must wait indefinitely by the river Styx. Upon crossing the Styx, souls encounter Cerberus, the three-headed guardian of the underworld's gates. Judged by three arbiters, souls are then directed to Elysium, the realm of heroes and virtuous mortals, the Asphodel Meadows for ordinary individuals, or Tartarus for the damned. Hestia, the deity associated with the hearth, symbolizes the traditional center of warmth and culinary activity within a household, as well as the concept of home in broader terms. She is part of a trio of virgin goddesses, alongside Athena and Artemis, with mythology relatively sparse compared to others. If you're interested, I'll be producing more videos on similar topics, so be sure to subscribe to catch them all.